My name is Jim Bugteveen. My wife and I bought out Mr. Zimmer in January of 1968, and I had no money to buy out the drugstore. The selling price was $50,000. Art says, go over to see my brother John over at the Old National Bank. I go over there and he gives me the $50,000. I sign the note, my wife signs the note. After I pay it off in about 5 years, I go back, John gives me the note, and down at the bottom was co-signer, Arthur P. Zimmer. I cried. I just could not believe it. He never told me that, his brother never told me that, and by that time Art had passed away. So I had no option to really thank him for giving me my start. Let me tell you about the desk. When Mr. Zimmer retired, he says, Jim, you can have this desk. So back in, like, it would have been in 76, 77, because that's when I moved north, I had this desk redone. I had a man by the name of Burl Sprout dip this big desk and refinished it. So it's been refinished. I believe it's oak, but the drawers are still functional. And as you see, I got all sorts of junk. Oh, here's something interesting. Here's the stamp, the seal that has John C. Dunbar on it. When you pull this up against the paper or something else, it seals it. So this says John C. Dunbar Drug Company on it.
And Dunbar was the drug company, and Zimmer's was the...
Well, going way back, and I think it was incorporated in 1910, if I remember right. And I'm not too sure when Art, but Art and I forgot the other gentleman's name. It seems to me it was Nussel. Bought out John C. Dunbar, and they just kept the corporate name. So it was Zimmer and Nussel, I believe. And then I'm not too sure when he bought out Mr. Nussel, but Art had the store for a long time, and he was into his 80s when Ed and I bought him out.
Tell me about the stained glass.
Well, the stained glass was in a transom up above the main entrance of Zimmer's, and when I got it, it was stored upstairs, and it was just absolutely in a mess. I had it all cleaned and all re-leaded, and then I had to put in this large frame. I believe it's, I don't know what the width of this. I think this is 5 foot, so it's probably 5 foot wide, and maybe, what would that be, 2.5 to 3 foot deep or tall.
It's beautiful.
And it's nice. And this thing is heavy. It is very, very heavy. But I've got some history and files I'd have to go looking for, but if I get this cabinet open, it's in here someplace of all the stuff that Jane gave me. She would bring me in newspaper articles from time to time, and I've kept all those. I've got them stored here somewhere.
My wife.
It seems to me it goes back, and I forget who the first owner was, but I think it goes back in the 1890s, maybe 1880s. And I got old photos, and I even got a photo when I sold out. I sold out the drugstore in 2004, and I still work a little bit. I still work about 30 hours a month.
Thanks, Jim.
You're welcome.